sound. Okay, so for today, we will study about the clause. What is a clause? A clause is when you want to, well, let me just write it down, okay, in the whiteboard. It's almost like a conjunction, the clause itself. Clause, not Santa Claus, okay? That's different. That's different. This is not Santa Claus. You won't get any gift with this one.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
So clause it's like a conjunction. Dario, can I mute you for a little bit? Okay, thank you very much. You already muted yourself. Okay. Okay, clause is almost like a conjunction. Oh, sorry, conjunction.
What is conjunction?
What is conjunction?
Conjunction.
Like this? A little closer then.
Can you move
Wait.
a little lower? I cannot see.
A little lower, like this.
Yes.
It's okay. Oh, careful. Hey. Okay, before we move on into clauses, we try to find out what is a conjunction itself. So, what is a conjunction? It's a word to connect two sentences. Okay, it's a word to connect two sentences. So, for example, when you want to speak about something and you want to conjunct or you want to connect two sentences, you use these kind of words. Usually we use it like but, so, and, for, etc. Okay, all of those is what we call as conjunction. But we want to make a clause. A clause is something that you connect two sentences to, but for something to be pretended about, for something that hasn't happened yet, usually. Okay, so for today, we will study about the if clause. If clause, okay? The if clause itself, okay, wait, let me put, okay. It's a, okay. You have a condition. So if clause in the conditional sentence, it's inside the conditional sentence, which means it has a condition for that sentence to happen. If blah, blah, blah this, then blah, blah, blah that. That is the if clause. That is the conditional sentence. While conjunction itself, you just connect two sentences together. But conditional sentence with the clause, you have something that you want to do, and it will become like something else. Because we talk about if clauses, the word if itself is something that could happen if you do this. For example, okay? For example, if Dario, oh wait, let me use red sentence. Okay. Conjunction in bahasa Indo, Dario, means kata sambung. Okay. If Dario, what should I say in here? If Dario maybe train his rapping, comma.
Trains.
Oh yes, trains. Thank you. Eraser, eraser. I do have eraser here, I think. Where did I put my eraser? I think over there. You can look into my name over there from the table over there. Okay. Look into my name. I think next to it there's an eraser, a big one, a big black eraser. Can you find it? Do you find it? No? No eraser? Yes, that one. Okay. If Dario trains his rapping, wait a minute. I need to do something first. He will become a good rapper.
Kenapa aku disangkut pautkan dengan
Because you speak so fast. So, look, rapping. Jadi, Jeff, rap. You know, the rappers like Eminem, that one. Okay. So, and here we see the word if, blah, blah, blah. He will, blah, blah, blah. So, every kind of conditional sentence with if, you have to use will. It's in the present tense, okay? We won't talk about the past tense, we won't talk about the perfect tenses, but just remember the word if itself. If blah, 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 will blah, blah, blah. Wait a minute. That one. Okay. Do you have any questions with this one? Do you have any questions with the if clause?
No.
No. Okay.
what is the into of conjunction?
I already told you the indo of conjunction is kata sambung.
Oh yeah.
I already told you. I saw your chat. I saw your chat. Okay, then can you please give me an example? Or I will give you one example, okay?
If Mr. Danny
No, the example may be like this, okay? Mr. Oh, maybe I will make it into
Mr. Danny
you.
will
Mr.
become
Danny.
will make a cake if Jeffrey
What? Oh. Yes. Okay, so if we have this kind, okay, we can say if Mr. Danny maybe, wait a minute. If Mr. Danny cook every day, he will be a chef.
Bentar.
If
Mister,
okay,
bentar.
I think this one is from Jeffrey. This one is from Jeffrey. Okay, Jeffrey. This one is from Jeffrey.
Clause almost like a conjunction itu gak ada titiknya loh, Mister.
Okay.
Namanya
Wait.
Mister juga nggak ada titik.
Wait.
Terus yang if clause itu juga nggak ada yang.
This is not a sentence. This is not a sentence, Dario.
Japanese language or Japan language?
Kalau gitu
Japanese.
namanya
This one is
Mister.
from Jeffrey. This one is from Jeffrey. Okay. Jeffrey said, if Mr. Danny, okay, let me contract it. I will also tell you to be careful with your capital letters. Okay. This one is because it's a language, so you have to use speak. Not you don't need to use language, just use Japanese.
Mister emang bisa bahasa Jepang?
What do you mean I cannot speak in bahasa Jepang? I can a little bit.
Oke, coba coba. Mengapa bahasa Jepangnya ini, Mbak? Mari kita search dulu. Yang kata paling gampang aja deh. Coba yang bisa ketik itu semua ubah dari Jepang jadi Jepang.
Seriously?
Ya.
Later.
Yang if Mr. Dani doang, train his Japanese doang ya nggak apa. Ini tunjukkan ke kita.
No, because in Japanese this is a little bit complicated, really. Okay. Maybe later. Okay. Okay. So until here, do you have any other examples maybe that we can use? You can put it in the chat like Jeff just did.
He will go to Japan. Mr. Dani will go to Japan if he trains his Japanese.
Okay, Dario said it all backwards. Okay, Mr. Dani will go to Japan if he trains his Japanese. That's also correct. So you don't need to use if at the front. You can also use if at the back. Mr. Dani will go to Japan. Oops, the word it will if he trains his Japanese. Okay, this one is also from Jeffrey. This one is from Jeffrey. I just copy paste it. I don't think I'm gonna be very smart.
No wonder it is so fast.
What is it, Ashley? What is it, Ashley?
Why is there
Uh-huh.
RY?
No, very
A lot.
Yes, I don't know. Jeff did that, but that's fine. Okay, thank you very much, Jeffrey. I'm just gonna correct it a little bit. Oops, there we go. If Mr. Dani like math, he will be very smart. Could be. Could be. I don't know. Okay. So thank you for all of the this is another one from Jeffrey. Wow, Jeffrey is enrolled for today. If Mr. Dani eats very much, he will be very fat. I think you can use another word for that one. Because if you use just very, it will be kind of redundant, terulang-ulang terus. So, yep.
Okay. If Mr. Dani eats a lot, he will be fat.
Yes, if Mr. Dani eats a lot, he will be other word for fat. He will have a round body. But seriously, I do need to eat less because yeah, I also need to exercise because I'm already getting fatter and fatter and fatter. Okay, thank you very much, Jeff, for the examples. You're good. Okay, this is the last one from Jeffrey. Okay, this is the last one. I will not put anything more from Jeffrey. Thank you. Okay, if Mr. Dani works very hard, he will be very tired. Maybe we can change some word in here. Maybe from very tired itself, we can change it into he will exhausted. He will be exhausted. No, Jeff, I will not die if I work very hard. Okay. So, do you have any questions with this one, with the if clause? No. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, there are other clauses. This, because Enzo asking about other clauses. Oh, maybe later on, okay, Dario, for this one. Okay, I'm gonna erase this. I will put some other clauses in here. Okay, this is not from our book. So there are other clauses that we can use, but usually for something with clauses, we just use if for something that will happen, that probably will happen in the future. But there are time clauses. This is just a little bit information, okay? Time clauses, which like when, while, as. You don't really need to write it down. You don't have to write it down, but yeah. And then also after, before, until, since, okay? These are several things of
Mister,
time clauses.
May Dario se-Indonesia.
Okay, go ahead.
S itu artinya apa ya?
As, seperti.
S lion. Mister.
Okay, there's also another one, the manner clauses. I'm gonna just put it like that. You can use as if, as though, and there are several more. There's also reason clauses, because. The word as can be used in lots of clauses. Because, as, since. Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't really need to remember this. You don't really need to write it down. This is just something that I want you to be informed. Maybe later on you can know more about this one.
Bahasa Indonesianya manner sama reason itu apa tuh?
Manner, tingkah laku, reason, alasan.
Tingkah laku terus as
Manner,
seperti, as if seperti
if.
jika, as though. Hah?
Okay, this is also
itu apa? Take ya?
apabila.
Oh.
It's more like apabila.
Purpose apa namanya?
Okay, purpose, reason, alasan, purpose, tujuan. Almost a little bit same like reason, but it's kind of different. Okay, and then you have purpose clauses, which with so that, in order that, in order to. Ooh. Okay. So there are lots of things. These are maybe some clauses that you can find from every kind of sentences. There are still some more for clauses, but I will not show it to you. Usually what we use is the time, manner, reason, purpose. And the if clause is a conditional. That's what we're studying for today. That's what we're focusing for today. Okay. So this one, the red one, you don't really have to memorize about it. Yeah, that's fine. I will still just show it to you. Okay. Now Dario just gave me a good sentence for the if clause, which I will use the blue one. Oops, wait, why is it becoming blue? Dang it. Wait. I'm gonna change it into red. Okay. Now change into blue. This is what Dario said. Mr. Rani will become a good teacher if he loves his students. Okay. So If you use will, you don't need to make a plural verb or singular verb. So it's not will becomes, but will become, just become. Okay, wait a minute.
Yang benar gimana?
Wait.
Will become.
Yeah, will become. You don't say becomes, you say become.
Iya. Itu he. Yang benar if he loves you.
Yeah, if he loves.
Oh iya.
Wait a minute, okay? I need to put
Tolong
in some students.
digunakan.
And this one, if he loves his students. Hmm? Wait a minute. Oh, this one. Nope. Oh, okay. Okay. So do you have any questions with this? With all of these? No? If you don't have any questions, we're actually until 9:45, aren't we? Oh, 9:55. We still have about about 20 more minutes. But you have your Bible test later on, right? So,
Yes.
so that means, okay, for today, that is it for our lesson for today, because we're only focusing on the if clause. Later on, we will talk about the questions using if clause, but it will be from the book. Okay, I will not explain it too much because in the main point, the thing is it's still the same.
Teacher, matiin nama recording.
So that's it. I will stop the recording.